Yes, we drank beer. My friends and I, the boys and girls. Yes, we drank beer. I liked beer. Still like beer. Yeah, we drank beer. And I said sometimes probably had too many beers, and sometimes other people had too many beers. We drank beer. We liked beer.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer.
Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good! And stop! Beer is good! Beer is good! Beer is good!
Let's go drink some
Beer!
All right, guys, we are back, and
Wow, look how much louder you are.
I know, yeah.
Here.
Got to change everything.
You gotta change the settings on that.
For anybody who watches
bad.
our show, we do beer reviews, and we're at a brewery, so let's start reviewing some beers with actual experts.
Yeah. First, this is a first
Yeah.
on Two Men.
is
Normally
a
it's two idiots with an opinion.
Yeah,
Now we have an actual two experts on.
Yeah, usually Skaggs and I just crack open a beer, and we're like,
Good.
this is good. Yeah, I give it an 8. All right, good night, guys. So now we'll get to learn about beer. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Heidi. I am the head brewer and chief of operations here at Erik Brewing in Hampton, New Jersey.
That's an awesome job title.
And it's also a great name.
Yeah.
Great name.
Yes.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Eric.
I'm the angry one.
he's the
So you are angry, Eric.
I'm the mascot for the brewery.
Awesome.
I was a little angry when I was a prosecutor in the Bronx, apparently, because I got
Oh,
that
they're
nickname
from the.
once.
These are Bronx.
Yeah, we're Bronx
Yeah.
kids right
All
here.
right. I would yell back at judges, and apparently you weren't supposed to do that as a young prosecutor. but Nobody
Shocking.
gave me the memo.
Yeah. Nobody gave you the
You
heads
yelled
up.
at the state? How dare you?
Yeah.
His other nickname was given to him by somebody on the subway was White Devil, but we thought Angry Eric sounded
Wachisu!
better.
Wachisu! So, what's with the I love the Viking theme
Yeah.
here, right? And I know like Eric the Red and Leif Erikson,
Uhtred of
etc.
Bebenberg.
Yeah, Uhtred of Bebenberg, Ragnar Lothbrok, right?
Sure.
What made you guys choose the Viking theme here?
I'm half Norwegian and was born in Norway.
Oh, okay.
To American parents, but their grandparents had moved to America. But yeah, so I was. We were looking for something that was personal about us, and I also always wanted to build a Viking ship.
As
And
a bar.
I
Heidi
mean,
didn't want me to, so I got to do it as a bar.
wish we could show them
He
the bar
wanted to
'cause
build a real Viking ship, set it into the middle of our lake, and then when he died, he wanted me to shoot a flaming arrow on it.
Oh my God! I had them. I'm
you
trying to
mean
get them to write it in my
my
will.
dream funeral?
I was gonna
Eric,
say.
don't let anybody shit on your dreams.
But
ever.
here's the problem.
You
The
already
lake,
made all of this. Don't stop now.
the lake that we lived on was like at max 10 feet deep, so I was pretty sure his like body was just gonna be like floating there on top, like it was gonna be bad.
That sounds like the lake's problem, not Eric's
Yeah,
And all
problem.
we had is a plastic dinghy, so I probably just been
Melt.
enveloped in that as it melted
in there.
around me and
Yeah.
get
And
hung
then
up on the dam at the
Washed
next
up on your
big-
neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely take some pictures of the actual bar itself because it's hard to explain how the physical bar downstairs, because we're on the second floor, the physical bar downstairs literally is like a Viking ship.
Yeah, it's great.
It's hard to explain.
Got
We'll have
the
to take
dragon
pictures
head on the one side,
and we'll put
the
it on
tail on the
Instagram.
other.
Yeah,
It's
and you can also follow them on Instagram as well. You can see it, but it's a beautiful bar.
really
so.
is, yeah.
Yeah, shout out your Instagram and we'll get started on these.
Yeah.
Where can people find you guys? If they want to follow you.
I'm pretty sure it's Angry Eric Brewing.
It is.
Yeah.
That's
Go
it.
Talk to your girl. It is.
We
Eric.
will definitely tag it in the title for the
Yes.
show.
Yeah.
On the story already, I tagged the location that we're at. So
Yep. Perfect. Definitely come out too, because what days are you guys open here too? Usually, so if people want to come visit from out of town or whatever, what days are you guys open?
Thursday through Sunday. Thursdays 5 to 8. Fridays 4 to 8. Saturday 1 to 8, and Sunday 1 to 6. But in the summer we stay open a little extra, a couple extra hours.
Well, it's
Sounds
later
good.
out later, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Summer's a
you get that
drinking
vibe.
season.
Yeah.
It's hard to kick people out at 8 o'clock when it's still sunny out.
Sunny out. They're like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
I'm just getting
Friday
a
and
buzz.
Saturday we extend the hours in the summer.
Sun's out, guns out. You know what I'm saying?
And then you guys also distribute to breweries around here, right?
Not to breweries, but
mean
to
to
restaurants,
distributors, yeah.
liquor stores.
Yep.
Okay.
So we can and we keg. So yeah, we're on tap at a lot of places around here.
That's awesome. That goes back to what we've been talking about this whole time. It's like local
Community
community stuff.
Local, yeah.
You guys are selling beer to local bars, etc. It's good, man. Just a good sense of community. I like
Well, it
it.
helps
Love it.
everybody out in the community. One business is helping another, and everybody can grow and thrive together. You know,
Yeah.
which is a big thing.
We have a pretty good relationship with most of the people around here, which is weird because there have been some issues with breweries dealing with restaurants. You know, I don't know if you know anything about like a brewers guild, but there's like a society of like
no,
brewers.
this
We all
is
get
so-
together. We
My
talk
God,
to
there's a
each
secret
other.
society of
Secret
brewers.
Secret
Society of
society.
brewers.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, I gotta.
I don't trust you anymore.
It's a
But-
little politics kind
Well,
of
the
behind it
Brewmasters.
almost, in a way.
Any industry has to have their own politics, you know, because otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. You have to have lobbyists, all that boring stuff. None of us want to do it, but you have to do it. But here's the thing. The restaurant industry is probably our biggest opponent in general to brewing in New Jersey. And there's a lot of stuff. It goes way back to the mob and all that stuff. That's a really interesting history if you want to talk about it, but that's
Say
for
it.
another time.
No,
I
now's
talk
the time.
I'm from
We
New
say it all the
Jersey. I
time.
talk about it
We
every
say it
day.
all the time.
They said they took out the mob and they just made the governor the mob
Yes.
boss. And then all the cops are
Yep.
lieutenants and it goes down. It was a good structure. They figured out how to use it, but like we're the highest taxed area almost in the world. New Jersey is one of them. And
Except for California,
Except
maybe.
for California, exactly. I mean, we were saying we pay tax on rainwater. You know, like come on.
Yep.
So yeah, it's especially when you're a small. I've been a small business owner for almost 20 years. You guys are obviously small business owners. You're constantly navigating these things where you're like, doesn't even make sense. Why are we even putting this much time and effort into this when we could just do this way, simplify things? But it's where we live. It's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, it is. And it's a good place to live, especially up here in Sussex County. We love it. Neither of us are native New Jerseyans, so we had a lot to learn when we got here about how that all works. But I'm from Maine originally. Eric's from.
I'm from Arizona, Flagstaff, Arizona.
Okay,
Original.
might be going out there this year.
What made you leave Arizona? To
Yeah,
come all the way
for
out to-
what made you leave freedom for imprisonment?
Well, I mean, every place has its regulations and stuff.
That's
but,
true.
You know, I basically went to college in Maine because I was on the ski team in Arizona, Alpine
the ski team
route.
in Arizona.
Brave,
So then I did
brave choice.
I did that a little
Like
bit
the
in.
Jamaican and the bobsled team, right?
They're some of the best, though.
No, we had a mountain that goes to 12.5,
Yeah,
so
there is a
it's
couple out there.
yeah, Flagstaff's full 4 seasons, you know. But then I came out to Colby College where I met Heidi. Was on the ski team for a couple years, and then on the rugby team after that. And then I decided I'd just go into law school. And Rutgers was actually had a really good program that was not very expensive. They give you in-state tuition after just going to school for the first semester. Then you switch to in-state. So it was good, but you know, I guess I've been paying for that cheaper education ever since with my tax.
That decision, right? With your taxes.
My
ever
property
since.
taxes I'm paying for that, I guess now. So.
Yeah, they're rough.
Let's drink some of this
Yeah.
beer before it gets.
So where are we starting?
All right, so I have 2 flights. Our flights come in sets of 4. I just tried to pick a nice variety.
Of course,
This first one's a little on the lighter side. We're going to start with Citra Kisses. That's an American blonde ale. It's 5%, and it's not. So we use Citra hops in it, hence the Citra. It's so number 1 in the corner, upper left corner.
Top left,
Yeah.
top left.
Garrett don't know his rights and lefts.
And so this is gonna be a little not sweet, but not bitter because it's a blonde ale. But then it has the flavors of Citra hops. So this is also one of the beers that we make that's named after our dogs. We have a dog series, so we've had 6 dogs over the years, and all of them except for one have a beer. So we're working on that 6th one now, but. He was a COVID puppy, and you kind of have to live with the dog for a little while to figure out their personality before you create their beer. But this one is, she's a German Shepherd. Border Collie mix, and she's a sweetheart. She loves Eric to death. She really doesn't really want to have anything to do with me unless he's gone. So.
This is pretty good. I don't know if I had gotten this downstairs. No, I got the Sussex branch downstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
I like the Citria.
I think this is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
when you,
the Citria.
this is a very
Smooth.
drinkable beer.
Yeah.
When you test beer or do proper test tasting, you shouldn't have anything really strong food-wise flavors in your mouth because it'll make the beer taste very different. And you always, just like wine or anything really, you wait till the second drink to really figure out what you like about it, what flavors there are in it. And we have pretzels up here, which are a good kind of neutral snack. And water is always good because it can, if you go from one beer to the next,
Kind of blends. Right?
yeah, and
Kinda
you
blends.
kind of blends together, and you don't get a real tasting for it.
And sometimes they don't really blend, actually. So we have a beer on, I didn't bring it up, but beer on tap today called Mary Shroom. It's actually made with mushrooms and 6 different kinds of mushrooms and rosemary.
Yeah, I'm good
and
on
so
that.
that beer is fantastic
Exact
with
trip today.
food. But a transition between that beer and the beer in front of it or the beer before it on a flight is can be a little difficult without a really good palate cleansing.
This is good, but this is a lot like a lot of the random beers we've tried.
I'm also learning a lot
citrusy.
because they're explaining how to drink more
Yeah.
than one beer at a time.
Yeah.
Me and him, we just, just
We
crash
just
them
crack
down.
open a can
We
and
reviewed the sour, what was it? The sour,
the Sour
the
Patch,
Warheads
yeah.
Oh, the
beers,
Warheads,
whatever.
oh.
One after another. I didn't taste anything.
Yeah.
but-
By the time we were done, it was just disgusting. So
Yeah.
it was diabetes.
Well, now we know pretzels in between.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Pretzels,
That is
yes.
smart.
Yeah, right. Some of those beers
little
put a lot of
saltine
sugar
cracker,
in them.
you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we bought that for the novelty.
Yeah.
So
But that was good. I enjoyed that one. Though.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I like it.
Are we gonna rate them?
Oh, whatever you want.
What's
Yeah.
our scale?
But
How can you rate it now? And are you rating them against each other?
No, just rating
No, we
them
just-
on our personal opinion
They're-
if we like them or
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
We normally just do like a
Yeah.
1 through 10. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We don't need to rate. We can
don't
go
have
right
to,
into
yeah.
the next one.
Yeah. Let's go.
we got a whole other box to go here, guys.
We'll,
Yeah, we got
yeah, that's true.
We
that's
got
true.
we got
Yeah.
eight we got 8
Podcasters.
beers.
we got a shitload of beers to drink here.
We'll buy
Let's
some
not
and we'll
suck
take
them
them home
down.
and we'll
Yeah.
rate those
Yeah.
later. Yeah. So let's
So
let's
number
go on to
two?
the next
It's
one.
number 2.
So number 2 is Eric the Orange.
Eric the
It's
Orange. I like that.
a brewed with kind of oak chips, orange juice, a little bit of bourbon-soaked oak chips, so you'll get a little bit of
This is good.
vanilla,
Is it? You like it?
a little bit of orange. The vanilla comes from the oak, and a hint of the bourbon. Not very much.
I need a freezing cold one and a fire pit. Yeah. Yeah.
It kind of tastes like a creamsicle a little bit.
Yes, a freezing cold one and a fire pit like this is.
Oh,
We have a
That's
fire pit
very
outside going right now.
I caught the bourbon at the end there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I caught it at the end. I
Yeah,
like
it kind
that.
of gives you that warming
When you
feeling.
when you
Yep.
exhale, when you exhale, yeah, yeah.
And this is pretty high in alcohol.
Oh, man,
This is
that
like
good.
7.8%.
That's so good.
I feel like this is something a Viking would have drank.
Yes,
This one.
but if I go home and take a growler of that to the head,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's lights out, ladies and gentlemen.
What's the So I've been drinking the 7 Point Belgium.
Oh, Cayula.
This is very good. I've really been enjoying this. This is what I'm drinking for the rest of the day. This is delicious.
That's good.
This is very good. I don't know if you want to kill that or not.
I'm not trying to fill you guys' head up with air or anything, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I haven't had a bad beer so far.
Yeah,
And I've
neither
had
have
I've had a different beer every time I've done.
Yeah,
I have.
Like
I've had
6
like,
beers in already, or at least I've had a different one every time. They're
we
all
also
good, and they're
we
all
also
wet.
had
Yeah.
designated drivers.
Yes.
we had designated
Yes.
drivers, people. Okay,
It's always a good thing.
Yes, we are not leaving here
life easier.
under the wheel. Okay. Or, I'm sorry, behind the wheel. Under the wheel. That is why I have a designated
New
driver. Okay.
podcast.
Yeah, that is why someone's driving me home.
Yeah, it was a good. In retrospect, good idea.
Yeah, that was
So,
good.
Funny story about how that beer came about was this was before we made this recipe before we opened the brewery, and we had like a Mardi Gras party, and I had all the citrus fruit cut up for hurricanes and mixed drinks that we were serving, and I don't like so growing up in Maine. I grew up with this with grandparents who lived through the Great Depression, and they you could not waste things.
Yeah.
So I do not waste things, and so I'm like, what am I gonna do with all this citrus fruit? So I had like a whole bunch of oranges, limes, lemons, and grapefruit. So we made a beer because we brewed like once or twice a weekend at least, and I just put those in post-fermentation, got all that goodness out of the fruit. And then, I tasted it after, and I liked the crispness, but it was like really high in alcohol. So I was like, I feel like a little hint of the bourbon, oak, vanilla would be awesome. And that's how, leftovers. That's how this beer came about.
I was going to ask
leftovers.
you a question. Yeah, like when you have an idea, this is more a question for you guys. Like when you have an idea of, I want to make a new beer. Like how does that even work? Like I don't know. I have no idea.
well,
I don't know anything about the process.
My question is like, so you say bourbon. Like, did you pick a bourbon to add to it? Like,
No, don't you age it in bourbon
No,
barrels?
we soaked. No, well, you can do that.
Right.
What we did was we used oak chips that we soaked in bourbon, and of course, when you bring it for your home, you can do whatever you want, right? So then we just dumped that all in with the bourbon and all. Here we can't do that. We have to go through a lengthy process of burning off the bourbon, so there's actually no bourbon added to the beer.
Son
It's
of a
just the
bitch.
flavor.
At home, you're like,
can't
let it
add
ride.
alcohol.
Gosh,
We
dang
can't
it.
add
I
other
don't want to
alcohol.
order this.
So basically, when you guys are thinking of a new, flavor to make, you guys just kind of try it out at home.
Yeah, well, we do it here now. I have people that help me with that now.
You have the tools and facility to be
Yeah.
able to make it happen, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's also nice when you're doing the cleanup for brewing and you have like giant sinks that can fit 10-gallon pots with no trouble.
Right.
Yeah,
When you
it's
have
a
the
lot
facility
easier, right?
to do it, makes the whole process a lot easier.
Yeah,
I get
but
you.
if you're doing it at home, you can sometimes just do it in the backyard if the weather's nice, and
Right.
then
How long does it usually take per batch? Like for you want to brew one of these batches? Because I know, like for people that aren't familiar, like wine takes a while, whiskey takes a while. Does beer take as long?
it depends on the beer.
Okay.
So basically, brew day, which is where you get all the sugars out of the grains, add hops usually for bittering, and you can add other flavors, depending on whether you want it in the fermenter or the kettle. It gives a different flavor, even the same hop. But that takes a day to get it into the fermenter, and you pitch the yeast. And then from there, if you have a higher alcohol beer in general, it's going to take longer to ferment out. We do mostly ales, which ferment a little faster than lagers because they're at a higher temperature in the fermenter.
Okay.
But something like Hoppenau, which is 10%, or a little over 10%, that can take 6 weeks in the fermenter before you're ready to. All those sugars have been eaten by the yeast and converted into alcohol.
So is it usually like the higher content, the longer it's going to sit? Is
Yeah.
that kind of how it works?
Yep.
And then, of course, after that, call it 4 to 6 weeks or so in the fermenter. You then transfer over to the bright tank. You carbonate it. We like to carbonate slower than some breweries do, so that it really gets into the beer nicely, and some kind of forced carbonate all in one day.
Okay.
By leaving a port open, but that just burns up a lot more CO2, and also just it doesn't sit in the beer quite as well. But in between that, you can also age it in oak barrels or bourbon barrels, or we did a H2 ale, which is a honey and hibiscus flower beer, and then we added that into Sauvignon Blanc barrels. So depending on the amount of flavor you want, those barrels, you could have it in
Longer you let
there
it
a
sit.
couple weeks, or they could be 3 months, depending on what you're
So
looking
what is
for.
your usual turnaround on like let's say a 7, 8 from start to finish? Usually takes about 2 months, 2.5 months to do a batch.
No, not quite. It's more like 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
So what's the quickest though you could do? Like, I
Three-
want beer now.
3 weeks.
Okay.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
That's
mean,
not
we
bad.
haven't done any
Mr. Beer.
really low alcohol stuff.
Yeah.
Where,
So if you do it in 3 weeks, it's a lower alcohol content. Okay. Fair enough.
It's a science, man.
It is.
Like you guys
Oh,
are like chemists,
wildly.
basically.
Well, I actually am a biochemist.
There you go. See, I'm not wrong.
So were me and Steve, you know, on a lower scale. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, we used the Mr. Beer thing. We
I
made our
did
own
it one
beer.
time.
It was
in
awful.
college,
Yeah.
in my closet. It was an awful experience. But I drank it all, though, because I was broke as shit.
Yes.
You're in college.
Hey, you gotta
So what
give
do
it
we
a
got?
try, right?
What do we got next?
Yeah.
Probably
Okay,
just
come
as good as the swill you were drinking anyway.
Oh, my God.
Keystone Light.
The old,
I remember those days.
the old,
Especially if you're up that way, right? Keystone Light.
the old
was way to
Genesee,
go.
the old Genesee
Oh,
Cream
so-
Ale.
Yeah.
We had Moosehead in Maine.
Oh, Moose
But
Head.
that was like the top of the top, right?
Yeah.
So
We didn't have that at
mostly
any of
it
the
was
rugby
what
parties.
Natty Light and
Miller Lite.
yeah.
Keystone,
Genesee
Red Dog.
No,
beer-
Miller
beer.
Lite was too expensive.
No, no, Miller High Life.
Oh.
The
Champagne
champagne.
of beers.
No, we used to do Red Dog. It was $10.99 and 30 pack. Red Dog.
Natty Light, and then you trade in the cans for money so you could buy more beer.
Yep.
later. That's how poor you were.
What
at
about
the
that
time,
house
yeah.
party we had where we had
Yeah.
like $30 of
It wasn't worth the
returns?
work. We
Yeah.
cashed
Wasn't
in
worth the work.
hundreds of beers, so we got like $8.
Yeah.
So just
we
like
had
hours.
a,
After I'm like, I'm never doing this.
I'm not
again.
even gonna get the Wade Boggs party. If you watch Always Sunny, you know the episode, but
All right, let's move on to the next one. Yeah.
So next up is Gem. It's
Gem.
our 8th anniversary beer, which we had celebrate our 8th anniversary last weekend.
congratulations.
Thank you. So this is an IPA. It is, I believe, 6.3%, and it's gonna be it's a hazy IPA. So it features Gem stands for the hops that featured in it. It's Galaxy, Eldorado, and Motueka, which is a New Zealand hop. Galaxy's from Australia, and Eldorado's from the good old US of A. Yeah, so it's an interesting blend of
It's
flavors.
like New England style.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm
So
probably gonna get that one.
yeah, so those
Yeah.
are gonna be like
I'm partial to that one.
a sweeter while you're tasting it with a bitter finish. Some New Englands don't have that bitter finish. I am partial to a bitter finish, so I like
Yeah,
to
it's
include
quick
that.
hitter. No,
I like it, though.
yeah.
I like
Absolutely.
the front end
This
of
is
it.
like this is like your standard.
Yeah,
like
you're
IPA.
more of a like a traditional beer guy. At the end, you want it to be over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
As,
on
as
the
Skaggs,
hoppier side. Yeah.
As Skaggs calls me, I'm a light supremacist. I just like light beer.
Yeah, it's light. Yeah, I'm also very seasonal too. So in the spring and summer, I like my lighter, fruitier beer, almost like session-y. I can crush them all day.
hotter
But
out, yeah.
yes, but that when I'm rolling into fall and winter,
Right.
my beers
I'm the
get
same
darker
way.
in color. So
Yes.
I'm going towards porters and stouts.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same way. When I'm in Montauk in the summertime,
When I'm
on
in
the beach,
Montauk.
I'm not
When I'm in
drinking.
Montauk.
I'm just saying, I'm not drinking heavy
Yeah.
dark oak. Yeah. Oh, you guys laugh. Yeah. You guys laugh. We'll be
well,
out there.
at least send me an
You
invite
guys are
next
not,
time.
Oh, you're not going to
Yeah.
be invited now. We're inviting Alan out there, but yeah, you guys are not invited now. But no, seriously, like
That was very
Montauk's
good.
like summery beach. You know, you want like a light.
Montauk Ale, the summer
Yeah,
ale.
exactly. You want
Yeah.
you want a light beer or something like that for that. You don't want to drink like a heavy.
Exactly.
You want to drink like a Guinness
I
on
can't-
the
yeah.
beach
You
in,
can't
in
drink.
100
You can't
degree
drink
weather.
Heineken
I'm
out
not
on
That
sure-
one
beer.
was my favorite so far.
This
That's good.
orange one was great.
that was really good. I appreciated that.
The next one is my favorite beer.
Okay.
It's your
Okay.
favorite.
The
Okay.
best for last.
Girlfriend.
So this is Viva Verde. So it is a jalapeno IPA.
Oh,
so the base,
jalapeno. I like jalapeno.
So wait, hang on. You might not get heartburn. So the base beer is like a West Coast style
I love spicy, yeah.
IPA. So the beer is actually not spicy. We take out all the seeds and stems of the jalapenos before we add it. So you really just get like a lot of that fresh green jalapeno flavor.
Okay. I like
And
the
then
sound of that,
we
but yeah.
serve it in pint glasses here with a slice of jalapeno in it if you want, because
Oh, I smell it.
Do you
because
smell it? Nice.
Yeah.
I'm
because
excited.
the jalapeno is so the capsaicin.
Is it awesome?
Yeah, I like that.
You taste.
Oh my God!
It's
Almost like a nice bell
jalapeno
pepper.
flavored
Yeah.
without the
Without the
taste of the
bite.
pepper is in there.
Yeah.
Is it infused?
No, I mean we put actual peppers in the beer.
That's awesome.
It
And
does have the taste, like I'm trying to visualize, like
Yeah.
the taste of a jalapeno, but
I
no
like
spice.
this too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, little sip.
I was a little nervous
Oh,
when
that's
she
like
said she wanted to
refreshing.
do one.
It is.
the
That's like
jalapeno
refreshing.
IPA,
Ooh.
because I've had so many
A little tail end heat on it.
really
little
hot
tail end.
beers, you know.
And
You could
if
taste
you
that
want more
pepper in
heat,
it.
you can put a pepper in there because capsaicin, which is the chemical that makes jalapenos hot or peppers
It's
hot,
a little bit.
is
A little
alcohol soluble, so it will heat up the beer slowly.
Like-
so for the people who want the heat, you could just
On
drop
the back
a
of
slice
my
pepper
tongue.
in there.
Like
That's
a
your
a
garnish
tiny
for
bit,
it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
a tiny bit of heat on the back of your tongue. That was
This is scientific ingenuity,
I
right?
really
Yeah.
like that too.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
She has a master's
I'm weird.
in
I like
biochemistry, and
I like really hot
I
peppers.
pick
I'm
things
weird.
up and put them down.
So I like really hot peppers.
my wife too. Yeah, she loves hot peppers.
But at the same time, sometimes you get like you ever grow your own peppers? So sometimes you get like a random pepper that just is not spicy for some reason. It just happens. I enjoy those because you kind of get like the taste of a pepper
flavor,
without
yeah.
blasting your head off. So this kind of reminds me of that. I like it. It's
And
nice.
I'm not a super hot pepper person, so this is like.
It's there. It's what you need. It's
good.
what you need.
It's good.
That was
I wouldn't
delicious.
have thought to do something like this.
We have a whole other box of beer left, by the way.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We got a lot to
We're
go.
halfway there.
Bring
That's
the
all
next
right.
box over.
We're professionals.
Bring the next box
professional
over.
drinkers.
Call my driver. Tell him to pull around.
Yeah.
You're not taking Uber, right? Because they don't really come here.
No, we're in Sussex, Turkey. They don't come up this way.
They don't.
I'm married. It's called a wifer.
We've literally had to drive people
Uber?
home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's
or
funny.
we've become Uber,
you
but we
go.
don't get paid for it. You know, we just drive them home.
Well, you know what?
Good customer service
Listen,
right there.
It's safer for you to do that, and it's better for you to do that, and it goes a long way.
Absolutely.
It does. I remember when you guys first opened, because my MMA gym used to actually be across from you guys. So this is the first time I've been to your new place. Got that, Jags?
Stepping on the wire here. How are you?
Do you keep the boxes?
Oh,
We use them for Tinder outside.
to stay warm during the storm.
He didn't say it was on Tinder. He said
Not that
for
Tinder. Tinder wood.
Yeah, Tinder would.
That's my Tinder profile picture.
There you go.
Which is a brown box.
Her?
No, it's in the brown box. Found her on Tinder.
Oh boy. The first batch is kicking
Your
in.
ride home's gonna be terrible now.
Good
I'm
God.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. It just
Yeah.
came out. It just happens. I can't
So,
control it.
I drove in from Rhode Island. He lives in Connecticut. He lives in what,
Westchester, yeah.
Yonkers, and he lives down the road.
Yeah.
So we represent multiple states here.
We're crashing at Garrett's place tonight.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We're sleeping on your living room floor.
Yeah.
I have lived in
I got
most of
pull-out
those
couches.
states except for Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Rhode Island. It's a great.
I haven't been yet, and I need to go.
Come on.
I heard the golf's out there pretty good.
Oh yeah. Come on up.
All right, let's go. What's next?
Rock and roll.
All right, so this is Sussex Branch.
Yeah.
This is a Belgian version of our Pollenskill Ale, which is a kind of light ale
I
that
had
has
this one,
a
yeah.
little bit of maltiness to the malts. Not bitter at all, really. And then it's brewed with lemongrass. It gives it a kind of nice, clean finish where you're ready for another drink then afterwards, and kind of cuts it.
That's why I like the Belgium.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I had this
Cheers.
one when I walked in because I'm a big fan of Belgium-style beers, and this was very good.
This is your first pick?
Yes.
This is your first beer?
The second I walked in, this was the first one I got.
So the Pollenskill Trail is right here, immediately behind the brewery, which is where they did the bike ride, the Paul Revere bike ride this morning. So that's why, like,
That runs all the way up through like Hackettstown.
yeah,
everything up
it
there.
does.
That's smooth.
And
Yeah,
so we chose this location to build our brewery because of the proximity to the trail.
Okay.
Yeah, we wanted to have, like, you know, that outdoor experience, that, like, kind of, well, what is it, Eric? What's Sussex County's motto?
Sussex Turkey.
People
and nature living together.
Together.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
yeah. So we
Except for
kind
Like a
of.
Parks and Rec episode.
Except for
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey man, what better place to go after like a hike or a bike ride than a brewery and have a
Absolutely.
beer?
Yeah, I
Have a
usually
couple
pick
brews
like
by a fire
Chipotle or
pit.
something.
Oh,
so
Yeah, I'm a bike rider. After you've gone on like a 20, 30 mile bike ride, man, you need a beer.
Yeah.
Like you need calories. A brewery is a perfect place to go after a bike
yeah, I do a
ride.
hike
Need those-
and
need those
I,
carbs,
like,
you know?
Yeah.
What do I get? Taco Bell, like burrito from Chipotle, or something.
Sometimes you gotta treat yourself, you know?
That was good. I enjoyed this.
That was
Yeah,
very
I mean,
good.
the goal of the bike ride is just to maintain,
Yeah.
so you can have the beer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not
We
trying
have-
to make
we have a
games
friend.
here. Like,
We have a friend who's an avid bike rider
Sometimes
and an
you gotta
avid
treat
beer
yourself,
drinker.
you know? You gotta treat yourself good sometimes, you know?
Listen, I know a lot
Only get one life.
of bike riders have beer belly, so they come right in here, they ride it off, and then they put it back on. That's all that matters.
You only get one turn around this giant marble of ours. You might as well make it a good time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You better create your own giant marble.
Yeah.
All right, what
All
do
right.
we got next?
All right. Moving on.
Arrowhead Red.
All right.
All right, so when we originally opened the brewery, we were in Lafayette, New Jersey, which is only about our spot was only about a mile from here, also very close to the Polandskill Trail. But when we moved here, Burnhampton, and we wanted to do something to kind of commemorate our new location, and I happened to look at the map and see that the township of Hampton is shaped like an arrowhead, and so I formed this beer, a nice light sessionable red ale. It's 4.9%. You're gonna get some fruity notes.
All day pounder.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. Fruity notes with still the
my
caramel,
favorite, yeah.
the caramel nature of a red, and yeah.
Right
it's
away,
just-
got the fruit. Got the fruit right away. That's good.
It's true. It's true though, because I have a pontoon boat. So once I tie off my slip or whatever, and I'm out in the water, I ain't coming back. And I need enough beer to last me all day. But I have to operate the boat at the same time. I don't suggest operating a boat under the influence of alcoholic beverages at any moment in time. I'm just saying if you're going to do it,
If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do
It's
it.
like the 9th PSA we've had today.
We've had a lot of PSAs today.
That's why I drink Miller Lite and Bud Light. You can crush them all day and still operate a boat.
I like that. I appreciate also the fact that you like the way you came up with it too. Is like you looked at the map and saw it was like in the shape of an arrow.
Do you find it hard to, we'll say, get inspired to make a beer, or do you just like find something you like and then you're like, I'm gonna build a beer around
I like that. That's good. That's
so
good.
Both. I think if I am too stressed out, then I have a hard time coming up with new ideas. So,
Right.
and I gotta tell you, again, we're talking about New Jersey. The amount of paperwork that I gotta do on your average week.
It's almost not worth it then, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
To make
But
a new beer, you mean? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
just in general,
Okay,
just to own
okay.
a brewery.
Just through life.
Yeah.
They say, own a brewery.
yeah, it's a great
It'll
idea.
be fun.
Most expensive beer you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah.
It is. It's crazy. I understand.
But anyway, so yeah, then sometimes, so I went to culinary school back before we started the brewery, and so a lot of my ideas, like the Viva Verde, the Mary Shroom, several others, they come from that kind of like
Culinary
inspiration
background.
of food and
Yep.
flavors mixing together and blending together, you know.
By the end of this episode, you're gonna have your own Netflix series.
I'd watch it.
Netflix,
I'd
yeah.
watch it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like watching science, you know.
Yeah. Science and booze. I mean, I can't think of anything more.
Sign me
If
up
you
for
could
that
add
one.
guns, like shit.
Yeah, we're not another PSA. We're not advocating
You're not
drinking.
getting guns, all right?
But we are in Sussex County, and it is allowed, so it's okay.
Shoot your
When
guns
in Rome.
first, then have the beer.
When in Rome.
We got two more. What's
So
next?
I'm gonna
Nice.
suggest we skip the really dark one and
Oh,
go
good.
to the one on the right
You're the professional.
first,
You're the
and we'll do
professional.
the
Let's
dark
go.
one next. So this is 5 golden things.
Oh,
So
I
we
just-
did this for our 5th anniversary. It's what we call a golden latte stout. So it's a light colored beer, but if you shut your eyes, it really tastes like a stout. You get the flavors of chocolate, you get the flavors of coffee,
Coffee, I was gonna say.
cream. You
I
know,
love
you
stouts. Stouts are my favorite too.
yeah, and it has like a really
Well,
good
enjoy it, Steve.
mouthfeel.
I just bought this one before we started this part, and it was pretty good. So
It tastes good, but stouts are not my. Once it gets into that thicker, I don't. It's not my
I like
style.
them, but
See,
like
I like
one,
I
you
like,
know?
Yeah,
Yes,
I like
one,
stouts
that's
too.
it.
I can
Stouts
only
are
do like one.
stouts are
It's like
physically
drinking
lighter
a
than
loaf
you.
of bread.
Yeah, but
Yes.
stouts are physically lighter than you think, though. Because remember,
Tell yourself whatever the fuck
remember
you want.
Guinness floats on Bass and Hart.
It does
And
float.
hopes
Okay,
and
so-
dreams.
Look at
Yeah.
him getting all educational and shit.
Yeah, someone might have told
using
me.
big words on it.
Yeah,
Guinness has less
Yeah.
alcohol in it than like a regular Budweiser.
but when you look at it, everyone
Really? I
has
didn't know
has
that.
this feeling that it's going to be
Learn
really,
every
because
day.
of the color of it. They think it's going to be heavy and it's going to settle.
And
like,
the roast flavors, I think,
Yes,
remind them of like
chocolate,
dark
coffee.
toast
Yeah,
or coffee.
God damn, that's
I mean,
good.
there's a lot of things that are completely psychological about drinking beer. Like we actually did this.
Yeah, you see it.
One
Yeah.
thing
That's
where
a
we
good
messed
point.
with the local homebrew club. Heidi came up with all the ideas. It was brilliant. So she had people playing the shocker game, and then they had to describe the beer.
Okay,
they were
wait,
drinking.
we gotta
Hazing
explain
people?
the shocker
Yeah, it was
game.
awesome.
I was waterboarding
We
people with
ran
beer.
around with a taser. and
Kind of. So
Waterboarding
yeah,
them,
there's
yeah.
this. If you've never played it, you have to play it.
We're doing it tonight.
Yeah, so it's like you can play 4 people at a time, and you can set it on low shock, but I always set it on high shock because extreme. Actually, I set it on extreme
When in
because
Rome.
why wouldn't you? But yeah, so 4 people play, hold on to these controllers, and this music plays. It's kind of like a Simon, right? That old game Simon. And
Yeah.
and then when the music stops, you have to hit the buzzer. The first person to hit the buzzer doesn't get shocked. All other 3 people get shocked. But if you hit it too early, you're the only one who gets shocked.
Yeah, it's amazing. So
And it's
everybody
like-
thought they were like,
Is this thing is this a legal thing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I bought it on the
cares?
Strapped
internet.
to a car battery.
It's literally one.
In the state of New Jersey, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorite games, actually.
I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, I have it here. We could play it.
Well, once we
I was gonna
finish
say that
recording,
this
we'll go.
this sounds like a game made for a podcast.
Yeah.
Like we're just
Oh yes.
Around all the
Yeah.
electronics.
You just see all the lights on, like somebody gets spiked, and all the lights go up.
yeah, everything turns on. Yeah.
but literally like nobody after playing that game could
Like
describe the beer they just had
Nice.
at all because they're so focused on that. So
Like
you
not
know,
getting your butt kicked. Yep.
yeah,
a good
and
point, though.
we did
Never,
other things where like she put a big trophy next to one beer, and then had the same beer next to it. She actually put some food coloring in the one beer that was with the trophy, and it's the exact same beer. And everybody rated the one with the trophy higher than
Right.
the other one.
Just
That's a good point, man.
psychologically, like, oh, it won something. It
There's a
must be
psychological
better.
aspect to
Yeah.
everything.
It was a psyop. It was a psyop.
Yeah, there's a psychological.
How are we
aspect.
gonna do a psyop to get more subscribers?
I don't know. I don't know.
Get
dude.
unshadow banned
Yeah.
by Twitter. For
How are we gonna do a
VLOG.
psyop on Instagram?
Toe the line for
Yeah.
a while. I don't know. Talk about beer. People.
That
We're
was
good.
good.
We haven't got banned again yet, so we've been good. We've
Yeah.
been working our way.
We got one more. We got one
Yes,
more. on
last
the flight.
final one, and then it's party time,
But
boys.
how many beers do you actually have right now in rotation?
So every week our menu changes.
Wow.
Pretty much every week. Every time we brew a different beer. I try to keep a really nice variety on. Usually there's like between 16 and 19 beers on.
Do you have like your OGs though, like that, your staples?
So we
Your
don't,
OGs,
we don't really
yes.
have flagships. We kind of do. We have ones that people know us for, like the Dainty Viking Revolt. Actually, 3-Ball Porter, which is on tap today. Hop the Fence, Hoppin' Awe.
Hoppin' Awe.
Pollen Skill.
Pollen
is one of
Skill,
those.
yeah.
So yeah, we have like Citricuses. We have a handful of those that people like know, and I try to keep them on more.
Question: how far out do you plan that? Like if you're scheduling them, like you have like
It's
these
in-
certain types are going to be at these weeks, and
Yeah,
these
no,
certain
it's
types
a
are gonna be-
nightmare.
Is
This
it?
guy-
Already
and
trying
so
to
it's-
organize another company.
Yeah, right.
I do. I try to keep it with the seasons.
Like, boom, boom,
I
boom,
try
boom,
to
boom,
keep
yeah.
it like based on, like I know this time of year the golf clubs start ordering more beer from me, and I know what kind of beers
Yeah.
they like. to
Do you
get.
like have an Excel sheet where you write this down or a
Oh
book?
gosh,
Oh,
I have like
I'm
eight-
trying to figure out how does this work.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
how-
I
you
have
know.
like 18 Excel sheets
So wait,
to help track
is
this.
is there any old beer that are no longer up? We got a message from downstairs.
It's like, they're saying-
The Saxons are
the
arriving in East Anglia.
Saxons are outside.
That's how you know Captain's been watching too much Last Kingdom. The first
We,
thing
we,
you
we
remember.
ride at dawn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing show.
Oh, it's the Last Kingdom, dude. Is a fantastic
Last
show.
season that came
oh,
out,
yeah.
right?
Don't
I didn't
spoil
watch
it.
yet.
I'm almost done. Don't spoil it. I'm almost
I'm
done.
rewatching all of
On
it.
in.
I'm almost done. I'm not there yet.
All right.
though. I'm not
Saturdays
there
for
yet.
the boys, buddy.
So we got us this last.
What's the last
You
one?
take us through the last one?
All right, I'll take you through the last one. The last one is Pedals. It's a black IPA. For people in the area, there was a famous bipedal bear named
Yep.
Pedals.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's right. I've seen the
They
video.
shot him up by us.
He was in
Yep.
Sparta. I've
What?
seen him before. He used to walk on his 2 legs.
Yep, I saw
What?
him
You
in
never seen the
Jefferson.
video of the two-legged bear walking around in
No,
Oh,
Jersey?
is that the one they thought was a Bigfoot or
Yeah,
something?
that was up here.
Okay,
That was
I didn't
up
know
there,
that was
no
over
shit.
here.
That was nearby, and so we came out with pedals, and by the time we'd finished the 5-week process of making the beer,
Pedal was no
somebody
longer.
shot him.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we were like,
Thanks, New Jersey.
Yeah.
shoot.
Thanks.
But it was kind of cool because we just kind of commemorated
This
him
is
with the
in
beer.
memoriam of pedals.
Yeah.
That's right.
Is that what you,
You
have
want to
there?
drink that?
R.I.P.
Yes.
pedals.
This is what I have, yeah.
Yeah, I love that beer.
That's all you, brothers. I already
That's
have
good.
mine.
So
Cheers.
pedals is like a black IPA. so
Cheers,
it's-
by the way.
Cheers.
Good.
It should basically smell like an IPA. If you
Smell
have
like
your
a
eyes
bear.
shut,
Smells like a black
smells like
bear.
No, it does not. Listen, I'm from Maine. It's like the black bear state. Like, no.
Hold on.
isn't
I
it,
just
uh,
I
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
don't
whoa.
like dark
Whoa,
beer,
hold on.
man.
I
don't.
gotta just say something. Biggest black bear ever was in New Jersey.
I agree.
Isn't it
Just
illegal
saying.
to hunt bear
And
in
it was
Jersey?
up the road from where I used to live.
No,
No.
there's
No.
been a
Biggest
bear
black
hunt.
bear in New Jersey's living in Garrett's house, man.
It depends which governor's in at the
It
time.
was for a time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they do like
and they
hunts
did one
periodically.
recently,
Sometimes
even
they
under
do
this
just-
governor. Just they kind of rotate them, and based
is.
on how many they call it harvested.
Yes.
It's
Right.
a
So no for me,
kind
dog.
word for it, but how many are harvested, then they do it. But
I know they banned it for a certain period of time, and that's why there's so
Yeah,
many
they
here.
did.
Because they allowed the
There's a lot.
population to go wild.
well, and there's a lot of
We have one that lives
in
in our
Maine
backyard.
But what did you say? My
they
garbage
have black
this morning.
bears, but you don't see them because there's so much space.
Right.
Here they have no space. They, they're in. People have put houses where they used to live, so.
Yeah.
They love bird
Sometimes-
feeders, too.
And they love
And
the
they love
garbage.
Yeah, they
bird
love
feeders.
bird
They love the
feeders,
garbage.
yeah.
I used to live in
And they love
Sparta
garbage.
before I moved up to Rhode Island, and I had 2 acres of property, and there was a den in my backyard.
Oh yeah.
Like, but they never bothered us though.
Steve
I
was
had
back
one
there
just rip
drinking
my
with him.
garbage out
Did
this
you have
morning,
dogs?
Thursday
Did you have
morning.
dogs?
Eating
Yes.
on my front
We had
yard.
Oh yeah,
dogs.
so we have dogs, and they kind of like the bears and dogs don't really. They're like
They
cool
don't-
with each other,
Yeah.
but don't want to interact.
Yeah,
with
they
each
don't
other.
They
vibe.
like no, there's a fine line that's not
Yeah.
to cross it, but like our dog would be outside, the bear would come across, the dog would be like, it's like check him,
Hey, what's your name?
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah,
yeah.
What's your name?
But
Fuck you,
also-
dog.
Ezekiel!
Also,
Ezekiel, where are you,
my dog
Ezekiel?
was my dog is outweighed by 200 pounds, so he's also like,
Well,
okay,
have-
cool.
No, my
I'll
dog,
tell
my
you,
dog
my
tried
dog-
to go through that
Yeah.
window at that bear.
My-
I was like, we have like
Yeah.
250 pounds of dog in my house, and
Nice.
so they kind of scent the area enough.
Yeah.
that-
I have
and, but
15
they
pounds
do
of
give
dog.
the nod. They
Yeah.
definitely,
And
give
That
the nod.
15
And
pounds
it's
is
in
not a
your
good
pants.
matchup.
No, but you know what? There's
Not gonna work out very well.
It's not a Burmese mountain dog. It's not a Saint Bernard. Oh, the dog.
Borabels?
Charlie looks just like a Saint Bernard, but it's something else.
But he's 15 pounds.
No. My neighbor's dog
Oh.
is about 280 pounds. His head was about this big, and my 15-pound dog.
Malaysian Mountain Shepherd.
Something I don't
Yeah.
know. But my 15-pound dog wants blood when he sees this ginormous
Yeah.
dog.
It will only-
It is
It will only be
ridiculous.
his blood though.
He's like, yeah.
It will only be his blood though.
Yeah.
Well, that was awesome. We
Yeah.
really
Yes,
appreciate
thank you guys.
That was
hosting this
fun.
event for Sons of Liberty that helps out the
Veterans.
veterans
Yes.
and Warrior Strong, which gives out exercise classes and yoga classes for all
Yoga,
the
meditation.
veterans out there, and the Pull Over Here bike ride. That was great, and
Pretty
just
awesome.
hosting this the local people coming by and just enjoying the neighbors and enjoying a couple brews,
Community.
in the community. And we're on one of the holy, most Sabbath weekends of the year.
Yep.
Happy Easter, everyone. If you
Happy
celebrate
Easter,
it.
Unless you're a
Passover.
Viking, unless you're a
Happy
Viking
Easter,
pagan like
everyone.
us.
Happy
right?
Yeah.
Hoppy Easter. Hoppy
Hoppy.
Easter, yes.
With that being said, I say let's go downstairs and drink beer like Vikings.
Yep,
Try
real
again.
Quick, real quick,
No,
we got
mix it up. Start
Angry-
drinking beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, we got Angry Erik's Brewery on Instagram. You can find the same thing on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. If you're in Hampton Township, also known as New in Sussex, Kentucky, you can come on up, take a look, and great times. They give you the hours, and everything's on there. Great brews, help local people, help your local community, and we love having you guys. Thank you for coming on.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you
for having us.
thank you for letting
Thank
us take
you,
the
guys.
corner here.
Thank
and do
you.
this.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
It's great meeting you.
Pleasure.
Good hanging out.
And
Thank
this
you.
is-
I learned a lot, honestly. It was
Yeah.
really interesting. I wish we could have you guys consult with when we do our beer reviews.
Yeah.
'Cause we don't
You
know
guys should
shit.
be like, what
we
the
just
fuck
drink
are you
beer.
doing?
We just spit off the top of our heads.
I was just happy I didn't spill the sampler when we handed it over your board there. I'm like, oh God.
We made it. We made it through the whole thing. 3 hours and we didn't do we didn't break anything.
Well,
so.
but before we,
It
before we wrap up, though, this is the first time that Garrett and I have we've been doing the podcast for over a year now. This is the first time we did one in person because we live so far away.
Oh, wow.
And we've been in the same group for over a year now as friends, and we've done our other shows. And finally, everyone has finally got together, and what a more fitting place than a brewery on Easter weekend to all hang out together and have a good time, enjoy some good beers and some good friends.
I'm sleeping over Garrett's house and having Easter dinner tomorrow.
You're right.
They'll probably be spooning later.
It's all right. Candies for everybody.
It is what it is.
I'm sad.
The marketing department might object to that, but we'll see.
I'm sad we're like wrapping up recording here because I feel like you are ready to go on rants. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in his eyes this whole time. Like, damn it, we're done recording. This is gonna be the best part.
Well, you've done shows with me before.
Yeah.
When you see, I just go off,
Yeah.
and then I'm either on an FBI watch list, or I'm getting banned off YouTube.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna quit while we're ahead.
Hey, we did a good day.
And we'll enjoy the rest of the night at a great place, a great brewery. So thank you guys very much for inviting us into your house and showing us all your beers. Well, not all your beers, a portion of your beers. So come on down to Erik's Brewery.
There's many more to try.
And there's plenty more to try. And if you want, you can actually physically meet the owners and the brewers yourself.
Awesome.
All right, Doom Nation, fans of Sergeant and Samurai, it's been a great time. Thank you guys if you're still here after all these hours.
If you're still watching.
Yeah, yes. Thank you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Check out Angry Erik's Brewery. Check out both of our podcasts. They're not on YouTube anymore. Make sure you get Roku.
We probably won't be on YouTube anymore after this.
Make sure you get Roku. Download the Patriot Podcast Network. Both of our shows are on there, plus dozens other shows. It's not an echo chamber. Don't listen to the losers on Facebook. Thank you guys for listening. Adios.
Yep.
Skol.